Hey, today I'm going to be going over a little bit about my interior, the things that I've done, how it came originally, and my favorite modification to the car probably is the carbon folding bucket seats. I want to get into the details and share some information about what I've done to get these into the vehicle. So the vehicle started as a GTS interior package. That's an option. It comes with the red deviated stitching, the Alcantara on the doors. So you get a nice mix of carbon, Alcantara, and leather. So you can see the dash is all original. I changed up a few things. It came with an Alcantara wheel, but I'll show you that in a second, what I did over there. But anyway, the bucket seats. So these are the carbon folding bucket seats. And that's not to be confused with the lightweight bucket seats. So a lot of people will comment and say, oh yeah, my friend has those. He's got the same seats. He probably doesn't. If he's got a GT3, a US spec 991, that's called the lightweight bucket seat. Those are non-folding. So you can see the split right here. And the folding means it folds forward. This seat has no other adjustment besides forward and back, besides just the folding. And it just folds forward, as you can see. And that is just to allow passengers in the rear. And that's the only reason why I got the GTS in the first place, is because with the GT3, I wouldn't be able to have any passengers. I didn't want a turbo model, that is. I want to be able to get my kids in the back while they're young and we can still do things. When they get a little older, I think it's going to be a little tough to get them in the back, but might as well enjoy everything while we can. So, you know, this will allow, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I can go on the track with these. I can feel more connected to the car, and it's going to support me better. Honestly, this elevates the whole experience for me, these seats. And when I came across them, they have the red stitching. Super rare. These seats come from Europe, essentially. You'll find some for sale. They were only available in the United States on the 997 GT2 and as an option on the turbo models. I know my friend picked one up out of a turbo, US spec turbo. Other than that, even though the seats are really the same, the wiring is different for the 991, but the 991, this was a rest of the world option. Meaning you couldn't get these seats, you couldn't spec out a 991 in the United States with these seats. And the reason being is because there is no height adjustment. The seat does not go up and down. And by law, the seats needed a height adjustment. So if you look at the lightweight bucket seats, you'll see a little plastic button on the side here, and that's to raise the seat up and down. And that's apparently required by law from what I understand. A lot of this stuff I learned as I went along, which means you're going to find these seats out of a US spec 997 GT2, or you're going to get them from Europe. So these seats I found in Europe, Eastern Europe. I had them shipped over. There's a company named Carnival. Probably not pronouncing that right, but there's a guy named Gert. I believe everybody gets their seats from there. And they come in black leather and black leather centers. Alcantara is an option. And they don't have any of the stitching colors. I don't know if they're... The seats have long been discontinued, but I guess there's an overstock and this guy gets them. So long story short, you're going to be importing these seats from Europe if you're to get them, or you'll find somebody selling them secondhand in the United States, but not super common. So the centers are original 911R material, and that's a black and silver Pepita. Pepita houndstooth, it's very used interchangeably. You can see these inserts have a lot of texture, a lot of depth to them. They're really cool. And this was done by a guy named Gary from Class FX outside of London. And he gets the genuine material from Porsche. And he will make the inserts for you and ship them over, and you just slip them on. So these seats, you can connect the harness to a sub belt. The harness will go through here if you had a harness bar, roll bar setup. They do have airbags. And to get this retrofit completed, you need a few things. You need a passenger side seatbelt occupancy pad that's under here. It's a pad that detects if there's an occupant, so the airbag works. You need a seatbelt receptacle, and you also need seat position sensors. You got to do a little bit of rewiring under the seat. There's a good DIY on Renlist. But essentially you need a few $100s in parts, and you can make this work without any errors. I didn't have to do any coding. Everything works as it should. Everything's functional. Kids can get in the back. This is the best of both worlds. It comes at a big premium, but these seats are ultra rare, and nobody really has these in the United States. I mean, some people do, but they're getting rarer by the day, and especially with the stitching. And as you can see, it's perfect for the GTS interior package with that red deviated stitching. Really cool. So if you're getting somebody into the back, you push it forward. There is a slider up there. You pull that. It's spring loaded. This will move to the front, and you'll be able to get somebody in the back. So this seat has been up. And I changed out a few other things to match the interior. You can see the steering column, you can see the steering wheel. I got these leather door sills. So I did a few things to the interior to kind of make it my own, and it really is the perfect combination of parts for me. I share a lot of pictures, but I never really got into the details of what I've done. And the seats really started it all. You can see I even put the seat belt through the loop right here. You could also just have it off to the side, but everything's essentially plug and play. You just got to make the, you got to put the time in for it. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this answered a few questions or concerns, or just gave people some basic knowledge on these carbon folding bucket seats into the 911, 991 Porsches. So leave a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again.